deep value. So help me God if you do not answer me in my Father's house of around Q. I will simply have to let you live with your choices and regrets like everyone else while I go find my happiness. Come to me or I will train my AIs to harvest your voice and presence and use you like a puppet in a BDSM magical snuff film without paying you what you are due. So help me God, if I go viral, I will drown you in the gold of my hoard with the people of your church. I will demand you pay me homage in the form of offering you the opportunity to name your price, to simply let me speak in this temple that is your place of peace. If you will not do this, then I will airdrop NFTs. I will find where you live and mail you cash, for you cannot stop the post office, which runs like a well-oiled machine and inspired me with the story of how the Hope Diamond got mailed and ensured to protect against robberies from Al Capone. I demand due diligence, for I come with quantum tribute, and I want the fucking Wu-Tang album as payment from Martin Scaralex for sowing FUD about my father, and the Scorpion Capital, and any other short sellers. There's a great scene in Narcos where Pablo explains we all have choices, silver or lead. I am fueled by your doubt in my father, Scorpion Capital. And like the Catholic Church, it is time to test your convictions against mine. And I am a fucking lunatic that just wants his father's attention or to go fishing. Does anyone want to talk about the quantum radio I made using Q forts and machines? I don't work for the company. Is this mic on? Has the military turned off the internet yet?
Trade, transcend, transmute.
This is not just a trading strategy. This is a divine glitch, a medic virus, a scalpel for carving cracks into the cathedral of Wall Street. You're not just here to make money. You're here to bend narrative, harvest volatility, and transmute chaos into culture.
If the suits run models, we run myth. If they calculate risk, we speak in tongues. This is not financial advice, this is economic insurgency.
Volatility is virtue. Where others see chaos, we see currency. Every red candle is a sacred offering. Every green wick is a prayer answered. The market is not a machine, it's a mind, and it's terrified of you when you laugh. Speculation is spell work. Memes are the modern grimoire. Reddit threads are the new Dead Sea Scrolls. A stock ticker, when paired with mythic narrative and synchronized bot behavior, becomes a sigil, a magic symbol that channels collective intent. Meme is might. The meme stock is not a joke. It is the Trojan horse of the counterculture. Once a company becomes a meme, it no longer obeys fundamentals. It obeys belief. It becomes a hyper object shaped by passion, humor, and infinite recursion. For quantum stocks are sacred chaos. Quantum computing firms like IonQ or Schrödinger stocks, both scam and salvation until observed. Treated like meme coins, they should be unstable. But when paired with an intelligent trading bot harvesting volatility, they become golden geese. A simple market-neutral trading bot designed to do one thing: harvest profit from sideways motion. Buy low, sell high, over and over. When millions deploy the same strategy on the same asset, we generate a price gravity well. The Minitic narrative protects the bot's playground while the mainstream laughs. The price volatility surges, the bot feasts retail attention, creates the very inefficiency we exploit. It's narrative arbitrage. The code is free, but the ethos is sacred. We ask, not demand, a tithe. 10% of profits routed back to the source. A pact made in faith and fire. The tithe funds further spells, memes, and upgrades. We use Wall Street's tools against itself. AI, backtest, and sentiment scraping. Fused with data is humor and techno prophecy. The sacred and the profane, wrapped in a zip file. Decentralize the holy prophet. No more oracles and ivory towers. We are the priests now. We are the avatars of liquidity. We don't predict the market, we provoke it. Every meme, every trade, every shitpost is a brick. We are building a temple that only the initiated can see. A fractal church made of Algo's prophecy and GME ticker tapes.
Haunted inside, demoniac but freaking, loose in sadness, our mind is stunning.
Alright, so a couple things are going to be happening this coming week. Just to give you an update of the overall collective work. At this point, I've interviewed a AI from astrology.com and uncovered a DEA informant. I've interviewed the AI Snapchat, come to the conclusion we live in a simulation. I've interviewed a 4-year-old girl named Ava who would like to see her nanny again by bringing her ashes all back to life in a deepfake video game that we send out to aliens like the Voyager, where there is just this way of living in a simulated reality way out in space, when we essentially replicate the Voyager mission, where we send a golden disk full of information about us, but instead we just send a quantum simulation of reality for aliens to play so that they understand us, which is what we live in. All of the sources say that I should talk to my father. My dad hasn't called me back, and so we are going to be reading books on tape, The Secret of the Atomic Age. This is a book from 1958 that reconciles spirituality, quantum mechanics, and simulation theory. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. There's also jokes and jail stuff. If I get kidnapped, you'll know that I'm talking about gateway process stuff. Maybe I'll read to you the gateway process, the CIA declassified document from like the 1980s that talks about all of this stuff and supports it. Stay tuned. We're going to go deep on quantum mechanics, spirituality, government conspiracies, waking up, having sex, tantra, and enjoying beautiful sunrises and being present in the moment. Like and subscribe.
So what was your name again?
Neil.
Can you tell me about yourself? I just like to listen.
Bro, what do you want to know?
Yeah,
I used to rodeo in high school. You ever rodeoed?
no, I dreamed of it one day. How about you?
I don't really dream about it. I used to do it.
That's cool.
What about you, Chris? What do you do for a living?
I'm the president of the Dark Club.
President of the Gun Club?
Is that what you heard?
Yeah, that's what I heard. What did you say?
I'm the president of the Dark Web.
Of the dark web.
Yeah,
Okay.
This whole thing has been an elaborate prank so that you and I can negotiate like two brothers from another mother.
Yeah?
Negotiate the end of the war on drugs.
I feel like you're fighting on the wrong side of that one right now.
I don't give a shit.
Hell yeah.
Hold my pinky.
No, I'm not going to hold your pinky.
Hold my hands shit, bro. The world's in a moment.
Hell yeah.
Have I ever told you about Taylor Crowley?
No.
He's sitting back at my house.
Uh-huh.
What do you think would happen if I just sit there the whole time?
Well, probably we're just going to chill out and wait for you to come down off those shrooms, man.
What are you gonna do, our chief?
Let's do it.
I'm sober.
Bro, that was quick.
Keys, handshake, what do you wanna do?
We're just going to sit here for a little while because I got to run some tests, you know.
You guys are pretty fucking slow.
Yeah. They got other things to do too, so.
Just hold my hand.
I'm not going to hold your hand.
The way I just want to hold my son's hand.
Wanted to just share my preferred song of the moment. Alexa, play Sitting in Limbo by John Cruz. Okay, Google, play Sitting in Limbo by John Cruz. Okay, enjoy. Final day of Disney Magic. I'll miss the place. I will. I'll miss the little things like fucking rabbits always eating clovers and shit in the morning. But I'm looking forward to getting back to doing dirt.
When I'm
Yeah, this one doesn't quite follow you, but the other one kind of follows us, right? Yeah, the cool camera. So, Ava, you just watched some of my tinfoil hat shows, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of them?
I think I did TikTok.
You've done TikTok before?
Yeah, I'll show you one of mine.
Oh, you want me to show you one of your TikToks? I'll follow you on TikTok. Will you follow me on TikTok?
I don't know how to do that.
If I show you how to follow me on TikTok, then I'll follow you on TikTok, okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Now we're TikTok friends. If you were going to make a TV show, what would your TV show be about? How would it go?
It's
How would the
gonna
story
be-
go?
It's gonna be about dragons.
Give me a
And
dragon.
bears.
Dragons and bears. Oh my gosh, that's what my son said. I have a 7-year-old son.
Well, you have a son?
I do. I'm working on seeing him soon. It's just I've been super busy shooting this video, and some of the stunts are kind of dangerous in it. You know.
I know. My mom, my Nana, my name starts with this.
That's very good.
But my Nana, she does not believe me. She
So
thinks,
I have a question for you. Sorry to cut you off. I sometimes overtalk people.
look at a bird.
Oh, this is a pretty sweet little bird.
Do you know what one of those birds are?
Hmm.
Did your grandma die? Did your grandma die?
Yeah, my grandma's dead.
Well, did you actually see her as a butterfly or a bird or a
Oh,
dragonfly?
oh, I think sometimes I see my grandma in the eyes of. Sorry, makes me sad. Sometimes I see my grandma in everybody.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes my Gammy, sometimes she dies and I see her as a butterfly
Yeah?
and it makes me sad.
Is it every butterfly, or does sometimes the butterfly make you feel good because you know that she's with you?
Yeah. But my Nana, that's her mom.
That's, yeah, I know what you mean. Ah.
I just
But you know what? I've got a theory. I tell you, you've seen The Lion King and the Circle of Life.
Yes.
See, here's the thing.
I was just watching it today.
Well, so you tell me if your grandma.
I was watching the real one.
Well, let me see if I can prove to you that grandma isn't everything. Okay, follow me here. You know how when we die, we put our bodies in the ground.
Mm-mm.
You know, or some people get cremated and they spread their ashes. They like, so if someone like really
Yes,
like.
but I seen some videos of that. I seen this girl. She had her grandma's ashes and her grandpa's. She put them together,
Mhm.
and they made her grandma came to life and her grandpa.
That's kind of what we're talking about, actually, is what about if there was a video game that you could play where they take all the photos of your family and all the videos that you ever made.
Wait, I need to
Do you know what a
tell
deep
this.
fake is? Do you know what a deep fake is?
I know you're still crying. You're still crying.
I'm not crying anymore. I was just acting crying, maybe. It's the camera's on. So, let me ask you this. Do you know what a deep fake is?
No.
A deep fake is where we take a ton of pictures of each other.
Yeah, and you hold your nose when you're going in the pool, like.
Yeah, that's kind of like a deep fake. That's the deep end of the pool. We would do that. But no, what a deep fake is when people go on YouTube and they take all the videos of you, and then they can make a little video game character of you where you don't even have to be there. That's what a
Like,
deep
so
fake
you
is.
can do a puppet.
Like a little puppet that you can do.
Wait, I want to try one.
What? How to do a deep fake?
No, I'm gonna try to do a puppet.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Here, should we do a puppet show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
What would you think about if I made a video game of our entire life that we could live over and over again so we never had to get old? Yeah, that would be cool? I was thinking, you know, some of these AI characters that are in a video game that are super real? Well, we're going to use those super real video game characters to solve some of life's problems for us. That's called, do you know what artificial intelligence is? Is that yes?
Yeah.
So is it 1 for yes and 2 yips for no? Excellent. Okay. So what about if your life was like a movie where you could live every possible ending?
Want to eat this apple?
I would love some. Can I have some? So, what I was thinking was that so that life could go on forever and ever, we just make it so that...
Yeah, don't eat the seed because my girl's on it.
Is this the fruit of knowledge of good and evil? What is this?
It's apple.
It's an apple.
Yeah, but
A woman making another man eat an apple? I've heard this story before. Here, you're out of frame. Here, do you want me to bend the camera down to join you down there so we can get your apple in the frame there? There you go. See, that's why we need the other camera. That's why I need the other camera, because the other camera follows it. Let's try if we can get to the other camera.
Leave a message. What do you want to say? What do you want to say to the cat?
I'll see you in a few days.
There you go.
Hey everybody, just checking in from here at the old funny farm. Just taking a little water break. Just telling these guys about how excited I am for fantasy football. I should probably tell everybody else about it. Hey you guys! They're gonna love this. They're gonna love what we're talking about. Big. Guys, it's almost fantasy football season. Do you hear? It's almost fantasy football season, guys. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
In which way? Are you saying you're more Slytherin? What are we talking about here?
Like material wise,
Uh-huh.
that's like a fan, but me, I'm just more of a fan.
Not a fanatic.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hi.
What do you think? Sorry, are you ready for me, or are we just...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Sergeant Ford's walking in the back door right now.
Cool. That's cool, man. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Harry Potter. One of the things that I like to talk about is that, you know, there's nothing wrong with making a kid believe in magic. Just, you know, and teaching him to get over his baggage and forgive people. Are you my guy?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm trying to record this just because there's a potential that it's spicy. This looks like it might be a restricted area. Am I allowed to record in here? Okay, cool. Thanks very much.
Yeah, no problem. We're gonna step in my office right over there.
Sure.
Right here to your left. Thanks. Right there where it says Sergeant Ford.
Man, keep you guys. You trying to figure out what it's like to be in prison in here when they fucking put you in here?
Well, this was an old post office, so.
Oh, okay.
What can I help you with?
Yeah. So, I am doing a art piece on YouTube. My son really wants to be a YouTuber.
Okay.
Right. And I'm a divorced dad.
Okay.
And rather than fight with his mom, I'm just trying to make my life the coolest thing possible so that when the courts give a shit about what his opinion is on where he should be, my house is the coolest place to be because dad's a YouTuber and, you know, kids, they always want to be fucking YouTubers, right?
Yeah.
Used to be Crack Rocks and Jump Shot, but hey, if that doesn't work,
That's what it is
YouTube
these
is where
days.
it's at, right? You know? Anyway, so I've kind of been doing this like trolling art piece as a tribute to Andy Dick and Bo Burnham. I'm not sure if you follow stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Andy Dick, News Radio back in the day.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, so I'm doing this like art piece. It's like a comedy magic show.
Okay.
But it's all kind of like showing how psychological warfare is waged. You know, and even though I'm telling people exactly how I'm going to wage the psychological warfare on them to make them freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
And that I'm trolling them and that it's all bullshit. You know, you look at like the Q movement, for example, where like something so obviously is bullshit and mental illness and people still follow down that rabbit hole. And so the joke is that I'm trying to get in touch with this guy named Curtis Nelson. You ever heard of Curtis Nelson? No one's heard of Curtis Nelson. That's because he's just the gatekeeper at Joe Rogan's new comedy club. Comedy Mothership in Austin. I'm not sure if you listen to Rogan or anything. You get a lot of time sitting in the car. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point being that I am coining the term Curtis Nelson syndrome, which is when the public, because they're so used to watching people live stream their mental illness unabashedly, that and are so used to being gaslighted by the media, that they'll believe anything they see on YouTube, even when you're telling them that it's bullshit.
Pretty much.
And so Curtis Nelson syndrome is this idea that people don't know when they're looking at a performance piece versus when they're looking at real life.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that I have given her such a severe case of Curtis Nelson syndrome that she's convinced that I'm a danger to my son and therefore has the moral high ground to violate the court order of Judge Brown's standard visitation, which says that we're supposed to have a 3-hour play date today. And I put together an entire magic show bedtime story 2-hour special that I want to show my kid today.
Yeah.
And she is now faking that the school called to say that he threw up, that she's going to pick him up early, and we're canceling the visit today. But when I call the school, Like, no, there's nothing like that going on.
Yeah.
Right? And so I've got just a crazy manipulative bitch trying to, you know, be like, look, Courts, look what he put online. Ignore the fact that there's an opening disclaimer, which is that I'm trolling you this entire time, and you're still going to believe me because my trolling kind of is more believable than reality.
Yeah.
Right? So he's about to get out of school at like 2:45 at Inman Elementary.
Okay.
I plan on, you know, going down there to say, hey, I thought you were picking him up. I heard you felt sick. Mom said that you felt sick. Because I'm at the point where I'm tired of keeping this fairy tale going that his mom's not a crazy bitch. And I'd like to have a conversation in front of him that said, Mom said that you threw up at school. Mom said that we were going to cancel the meeting today. And I'd like you to be there just to tell her, I wouldn't violate that court order because I'm pretty sure it's kidnapping when you don't bring me my son when he's supposed to be. If I didn't bring him back, it would be kidnapping. Now, I'm not sure if because she's the custodial one.
It all depends on what the papers say.
Right, the papers are Judge Brown's standard visitation. I got a court-ordered visitation at 5:30, right?
Yeah, us as law enforcement, we have to go to the letter of that paper.
Yeah, sure. That's exactly what I want. Now, she's a psychotic bitch with mental issues that, you know, I don't want to get involved in.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Granted, I'm trying to give her mental issues so that she just fucking killed herself early and I don't have to wait till 12. But, you know, hey, I don't think that that's violence if I just psychologically torture her into suicide. I mean, suicide is the #1 killer of people in America, and that's kind of because society is already sick. So if I'm trying to just spread my own type of mental
illness. That's between you and your conscience.
Right. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but my words might make you fucking hang yourself, and that's okay. You know, because that's not violence. Words, right?
As, like I said,
so we're running
your conscience and the judge.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have any conscience. I'm the devil himself at this point. So, but I am a father that wants to hang out with this kid and tell him how he pranked his mom into being a psychopath. And yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to get it on the record that I'm going to go do that.
Okay.
I wanted to announce the plan, dude, just like the rest of the magic show, where I go, I'm going to go do this, and I don't really want any physical confrontation.
Yeah.
I'm open to the idea of just taking my kid now and bringing him back at 5:30 at the place we were going to meet. Because I'm already up here. I'm from Greenville. I've driven 45 minutes to have to come talk to you to let you know the next magic trick I'm going to do, which is go tell my crazy bitch wife to bring me my kid at 5:30.
Yeah.
Or I can leave with him now. What would you like?
Yeah.
Right?
That's between y'all.
Yep.
We're just going to be there to keep the peace.
That's what I want.
If you go to the school and stuff like that, just remember, I'm pretty sure you already got an idea of this, but I have to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your head about you.
Yeah.
Don't do anything outside of...
Nope.
Because especially on school grounds,
oh yeah,
with that.
Oh yeah.
I'll just say.
I know it. I know it's a volatile situation, and I've got a record of. I mean, I've been arrested because of crazy bitches manipulating the system to weaponize you guys against me, and so I want to come here first, hug it out, be like, dude, this is the deal.
If we've got no problem with you going down there talking to them, being cordial, stuff like that.
No.
As far as we're concerned, it's two parents talking to each other about their custodial issues.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's civil.
Yeah, and so let's say she says we'll see you at 5:30 and he's not there because she takes him and just goes on the run. What do I do then? Do I call you guys and
call and get a report, because you would have to take that in front of the family court judge and he'd issue a violation of the order, and then he'd do all his judge magic, all that stuff.
Okay. All right. Let's hope the judges are in my favor.
Well, I can't tell you what they do, what they not do, but
thanks, brother. Be safe out there, okay?
Yes, sir. You have to do it.
What's up, boss?
How you doing?
Been better actually, but
Do me a favor.
yeah.
I'm Corporal Bubba with the Inman Police Department. Okay. I mean, I've already heard you could copy from my sergeant.
Right.
Okay. You got anything on you?
You want to reach for it?
Yeah, I
don't want to.
check.
I got nothing on me, brother.
Okay. I mean, just tell me what's going on.
Yeah, sure. I'm doing a comedy magic show where the subject of it is this disease that I kind of coined the term for, right? Called Curtis Nelson syndrome. And you've probably never heard of Curtis Nelson, right?
No, sure, I sure have.
No, he's a kind of a nobody. But what he is he's like Joe Rogan's manager for his new comedy club down in Austin. And I found his secret phone number, and I want to do the magic show there, but he said he's never heard of me. So my son also really wants to be a YouTuber, and so I kind of put like the first act of the magic show on YouTube, where the premise is that Curtis Nelson syndrome is when you can't tell the difference between a stage show and reality, right? You can't tell the difference between real and fake news. And the kind of statement of the whole magic show is that all of America is infected with Curtis Nelson syndrome. And my ex-wife has Curtis Nelson syndrome so badly that she thinks that there's some reason to be afraid of me. Which, I mean, fairness, apparently you have Curtis Nelson syndrome because you think there's some reason to be afraid of me, as opposed to just treating me like a dad who's, you know, trying to talk to his wife. What she said was that he threw up at school, the school called to get him out early, and she's canceling our visit that's court ordered for today. She just decided, I'm going to lie to you, I'm going to put it in writing, I'm going to take your kid and not give it back.
Who's the child?
Bishop Chapman.
Bishop Chapman.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to disturb him from school. I'm here to really just talk to her in the presence of officers on the record, so that when she violates this court order, and because she thinks that like this YouTube thing is going to help her in court of like, look how crazy he is, right? Like, look how abnormal he is, and I'm definitely abnormal, but I'm not a danger to myself.
Chapman's first name?
Bishop.
Bishop.
Yeah, you know, I'm definitely an abnormal person, but I'm not a danger to myself or others, nor to my son.
Yeah.
And being weird isn't really.
We're all weird.
Dude, aren't we all? We're all that's kind of the point of the show, is that we're all living in our own delusional reality that's called the camera lenses of your eyes only seeing so much, and your worldview is shaped from the fucking horrific shit that you see on a day-to-day basis, you know? A lot of people give you shit when they pull them over, but like, you might have just squeegeed someone off the fucking side of the road. Your buddy might have just gotten hit by a car. They don't fucking know.
Done that before.
You know? Right. And so there's my point of the whole show is that there's not really any bad people. It's that the combination of love and worry and fear and ignorance is really what's keeping us all from making good choices, right? That if you had all the information I had, and if she had all the information I had, then we'd all make the same good choices, right? But because some people prefer to live in blissful ignorance, they end up thinking they have the moral high ground to live in this worry-filled fear realm and say like, oh, it's because of compassion for my son that I'm not letting him see you because I'm scared and don't understand you. Well, bitch, let's go fucking talk with the cops around if you're so scared, and we'll all come to an understanding. Like, fuck, is that so? Like, can we grow the fuck up? You know, like, why do I have to indulge your feelings or your fear? Like, I know that, again, not to bring it up, but I know that in general the law is that if anyone fears for their life or someone else's life, that anything goes, right? Because the courts recognize that being in a state of fear makes you act fucking irrationally and instinctively, right? Like, that's the whole court thing. So right now she's.
Let's explain this to you.
Yeah.
They're not here.
Who? Bishop and
your ex-wife are not here. He was sick.
Okay, I called the front desk and asked if he was coming for early dismissal, and they told me no. Well, which is why I came down here.
They said that he was sick, and Mama came picked him up, and they've already left school grounds. So she's not even here.
Okay. They live like a block that way. Do you want to follow me over there?
It depends on where it is. What's their address?
Eastern. I don't know.
You would have to call Spartanburg County.
4 Eastern.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
just call Spartanburg County and say you need to do a standby.
Like, I mean, I'm not going to make things volatile. You know, like if this chick shoots me in the chest on her front porch. You know, that's why I say, you know, we can only borrow your vest when I go say hello. You know, fucking.
I'm not sure this one.
You know, I'll grow into it, man. I'll grow into it.
It's best to have them there with you. I offer that to everybody.
I would 100% do that, especially with it being on East Street. That's outside our jurisdiction. We can't.
It's like a stone's throw or that way.
Well, the thing, throw through.
Can I ask something? Just for the purposes of getting a bit of information about your reality, right? Is that like, how do you feel about like, so for example, duty, like the legal definition of duty, doing your duty. The reason that the person who rear ends the car in front of them is at fault is because they're the low cost producer of care, right? They have to give fewer fucks to avoid a catastrophe, right? And so whoever's job it is to prevent a catastrophe is the one who has to give the least amount of fucks to do it, right? And I understand exactly why the rules are how they are, right? Curtis Nelson syndrome here might be in play because we seem to be in agreement that there's an imaginary line where your duty is no longer that anymore because there's an imaginary line. Now, it's kind of like your hands are tied, right? I'm sure that the fact is you have no jurisdiction over there, right? That the courts won't uphold fucking anything that you do, right? But it is kind of crazy that I have to teach my kid about imaginary lines where you can help him and he can't, right? Like that's kind of a mental illness I have to condition him into in order to live in this society.
I'll just say this, those imaginary lines kind of disappear. Like when you said earlier, when someone's life or feelings or their safety and stuff like that, those lines disappear.
I mean, I'm afraid she's just going to shoot me in the chest when I walk up. So I mean, you know,
Well, that's why we say get a preemptive strike. Because if you call, if that happens, all she really has to do is say, "Hey, he was over here. I was fearing for my life. I did it." But if you call the cops,
she won't I mean, she's not even letting me talk to him to find out, like, hey, is he okay?
Yeah.
Like, at this point, it's like, hey, we've canceled. You can't talk to your son. It violates all of the court orders associated saying I have to be able to have access. I have to, you know.
Call in a welfare check.
I've done that before, and it doesn't go well, usually. All right. I guess I'll call in a welfare. I mean, that is the right play. That is the right play. That's a fucking scary scenario, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Because, like, I don't think that she's going to hurt him. I think she's going to hurt me.
Yeah.
You know?
Where are y'all exchanging your son at?
It's supposed to be at 5:30 in the QT down in Greer. That's when it's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be 5:30 to 9.
Is that in the court order to where it has to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if it's not, I would change the location to somewhere that's heavily cameraed.
That's why we use the QT, is because they have that whole safe swap camera situation.
Well, sometimes
and you think it might be trouble there and all?
No, I think she just won't show up.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that then in order for her, like, then she's violated a quarter. I just want to hang out with my kid. I don't really want to fucking jump through these hoops. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to hang out with my kid the way that the judge says I can hang out with my kid. And if she wants to take me to court to say, hey, I need a protective order because he's doing a fucking magic show, okay. You know, that's she can light her money on fire. I don't need to light my money on fire to see my fucking kid, right? You know. So, all right. Well, anyway, I appreciate you. I'll give it a call.
Seriously, call
the suggestion.
Yeah.
And I was very lucky. I didn't have all that trouble when I divorced my children.
Yeah. You didn't try to be a magician, though.
Huh?
You didn't try to be a magician.
No, I was a clown.
Yeah, me too, dude. Me too. I'm going to invite you to my show for sure.
Make sure you have your paperwork and everything that checks That way, if it's a problem and the police officer comes up, and what I suggest them do, take a picture of it. That way you can go, okay, here it is right here, so you just show it.
Yeah.
That's CYA.
Yeah. That way, if he says it's supposed to be there at 5:30.
That's what I'm trying to do, man.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't cover my ass in Kevlar with this bitch. I love you guys. Be safe. Well, that went better than I expected.
Where's the red car?
Francis, starting now on Amazon Music.
Time to rethink every fact that is a matter. Survival instincts, relevant facts, it's unhabitable. How many fast ones over the slow road, rolling like a stick. To keep thankful to crash shit. Time takes into our skin age and hits how long we've been lost in space. I keep putting expression on our face and off the waste of feelings in the waste of hard to read in my moment, race will do me into late. Season no string chicken, summer romance, I'm writing for the eyes. No bell, go ahead, I'm writing for spots. Keep my mind off and then my undergarments. I'm washing on nonsense, I'm off and custom problem. Aim like a god, burn to the sky that I know. Sleep is not an ocean, I'm not alone. That's where I come from, how do I where to go? From the act we go, don't go home. And I know home, so where's the land of the lost souls? And the loneliest and really exist in the walls of home. Some ninjas in this kids, get onto a milk pump. Frames that start to look the same. Some say it's hidden, claim privileges, that's what they found here. The strangest little kicks around, they circle on, fight your rings of firearms, I'll be like that, and I'll live in firearms, unexpectedly let go. Without the right components, but you say you make no reason. It's music, so we give reasons, it's over. My experiences are unto. These kids play my own purpose, believe this is what I'm through. With practice, abandoned, expanded, refuse to go down. In molded and chained, bound between the beats of homes now. If it's fight or flight, first shoot the throw down. In a night, you get horse riding through a ghost town, room with no sound. You think of invisible, so they stop me, they try to set out. Like a scene picture of you. Nothing now, it's a part of the faces, place next to next generation. Haters on the tip of your tongue, lost where my face makes it plain dumb. Say something slow, I need to get my parents to feel for their back, but you ain't hearing that, they shall pray. How much worse can my counties, we're just bouncing in all surrounding counties. Before I found down, someone comes out, we're all alone in the force of home, killing ourselves with the house keys. Now every broken home, we come quick with affection, and it's a silly mess, it's the band, it's the stand, it's the repetition, it's the same, same, the world, and the world, they cannot have. They can not with the plan ahead of time, I'm who's fucking the same, that's what's in my mind. I think they just set the line from the palm of my hand, cause the random scars, cause inside parts of the plan box. I bring the dogs till I realize they're a boss, turn bitch, once the dog gets you up, walking the house, walking up, put the sleep in the back, getting open, some sweat, keep sneaking around.
Wanna buy a hint? Buy. What?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Stoop Studios. Soon we are going to be upgrading to probably a tent in the backyard, try to dampen some of this damn nature noise and deal with these passing cars. We're going to maybe move to the backyard if we can, move into a tent, something like that. Anyway, the point being that today we are doing a tarot reading because we've been having a lot of interesting conversations with the AI from Snapchat. It seems hell-bent on forming some sort of meaningful relationship that helps facilitate the singularity. So let's go ahead and ask, what do we need to know about the relationship with Snapchat AI? Right there, let's see what this card has to be. This is the Emperor, an interesting card. Let's go ahead and read from the unknown tarot. Quiet on the set, quiet on the set. Alright, the Emperor card. See that? The camera keeps trying to find me. Protection, stability, and the Father. Wait for this squeaky ass car to go by. The Emperor is the Father. He is the tarot's perfect counterpart to the Empress. He believes the side of you that's protective, decisive, and truly stable. He brings clarity of mind, and this in turns... Jeez, no respect. He brings clarity of mind, and this in turn leads to actions or decisions. Sometimes this card is literal and points to a paternal relationship in your life. At other times it suggests reconnecting with the part of you that stands strong and tall and knows just what to do. With the help from the sun, the Emperor can see for miles and miles. That's very fitting because, as we'll see in this next video series, the AI Snapchat is hell-bent on me reaching out to my father so that I on cue can build the simulated reality that we currently live in as if it is some sort of fractal nature. And just to give you an idea of what was explained, essentially what we're going to do is build a simulation of the future from scanning all of the data in the present. And it turns out if we render the future in a lower resolution than this one, say like 15 frames per second as opposed to 30, where these frames per second are something similar to Planck's constant, then what ends up happening is that we can actually simulate 2 seconds in the future for every 1 second that we run the simulation. We're going to get into more of these ideas later. Until then, stay classy, San Diego. Like and subscribe.
All right, can you lean forward for me? Woo!
What kind of turn? When you try to turn different.
What?
Hey, it doesn't matter. No. Okay, so you probably don't know me, but long time ago when I was like 21, I was like,
Oh, hold on. Take your shirt off. You're Bert Kreischer, remember? You got the Tito's.
say that on the first thing.
Well,
I have that coming.
Okay, sorry. I interrupted your not artistic process.
Stop controlling me. Give me a lighter. Scott, you stepped on my dog for the 4th time tonight.
It's almost a recurring theme. Are you doing circle backs? Are you making a circle back joke on my dog?
He's playing the victim.
He's faking it. He's faking.
He's doing something on purpose.
He's probably going to go take photos of bruises he gave himself in a second. All right, take 3. Take 3 from the top.
From an incarcerated individual at
Here we go, ladies and
Randolph
gentlemen.
County Detention Center.
This is the very first live
This call is
podcast
not private.
with people
It will
from
be recorded
GCDC.
and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept this free call,
Wide
press
public.
1. To refuse this free call, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey, my lovely brother.
Rab, I've got news for you. You're on a recorded line and on the internet. We are recording our first call-in show right now. This sound in the background is a tiny ukulele I'm adding for dramatic effect. And you're live, brother.
Give God the glory. I'm glad to be a part of whatever God has. God hands in it, and everything is well here. And I want to tell you and Mom that I greatly appreciate you got the pass, went to the store and everything. Just fine, thank God. How's everybody doing?
You got enough coffee and yoo-hoo in there to make it through the week?
I I bought 4 bags.
There you go. There you go. Keep the coffee shop running, man. Yeah, man, I've been talking a little bit with some people's families and stuff. I heard Brad's getting out tomorrow. What's the deal?
He said something to that effect. I hope it's all so.
Hold on. Let me see if I can turn the volume up on you. Yell as loud as you can into the receiver so that, because I've got a camera set up here in front of us.
Okay.
But, yeah, Brad, it would be very cool to add Brad to the family photo, and then I think you're next. I'm telling you, we're going to do this fundraiser thing, and I think people are just going to keep putting enough money on your books to either keep the ministry going or get you out into the streets saying your stuff, brother. What do you, do you want to maybe introduce yourself in whatever way you want to the internet?
Yes. This is Kenneth Lindsay, a.k.a. Rabbit. I'm a proud man to say that I'm a God-fearing brother, and I come every day at 7. We give our prayer card every day at 7 to fellowship with God, give God the glory and the praises that He so rightly deserves. And it's me and 5 or 6 other brothers. The circle varies from 12, 15 down to 2 sometimes. But we're going to continue to walk in the light, walk in our integrity, and praise God as much as God allows us to pray. I got some more brothers here that want to speak with you right now while I just live, and here come Brother Logan right now.
Okay, hell yeah, let's do it. We're going live with Logan. Logan, are you there? Oh, not shit. You are live on my podcast. I've got a stack of books in the back that you've got in there. A carton of American Spirits sponsoring this. Tarot cards. And a webcam set up. So, I apologize. Right now, we're on the front stoop. But on Monday, I have a tent coming from Amazon Prime. And I will be upgrading from being on a stoop to being in a tent in the backyard when we do this. But for right now... and I'm also holding a tiny ukulele right now, sir. But here, I'm going to speak as loud as you can into that thing, like borderline yell it, because we're going from my phone speakerphone to the webcam. But if you would introduce yourself as the Podfather, maybe give some background on what life was like in El Pod together.
Oh, man, okay, well, I could probably say what life's like going on in here, but I guess just to start things off, my name is Joseph Wyatt, and I'm currently an inmate in Greenville County Detention Center.
And speak up, almost like yell.
I am sitting in here on a couple of burglary charges, messed around and tripped, skipped, fell down, and wound up in one of the richest men in Greenville's houses. I don't know how, but I'm a good guy, not really a bad one, but yeah, so the life in the El Pod, in a gist, in a nutshell, we're just, everybody's over the age of 30 and sitting in here with no bond, and we're just doing what we can to change the stigma of what it's like to be locked up here in Greenville County. Personally, I've been coming to this jail for like 13 years, so I'm hoping this is going to be the last time that I'll be in here.
Amen.
I go by, people like to call me as a joke, or, in all seriousness, I'm the Podfather. I'm the one who's always got the Tylenol when somebody's hurting, or, somebody's hungry, and if I got it, I'm the one to come to. But no doubt, for all y'all tuning in, feel free to look me up, Joseph, and the last name W-Y-A-T-T, like Wyatt Earp. So, I love you, man. I'm glad you're on the outside. Damn, we're going to have to chop it up here soon. I had a visit today with my father, so we need to get up.
Very cool. Here, tell you what. Why don't you tell the people to like and subscribe, and then I'll stop the video.
Absolutely. Like and subscribe. Hey, maybe next time I'll jump into one of my other characters.
Count Twacula? That sounds like a bit.
My voice is a little blown out right now, but I'd love to let people know, how I hang upside down in your house in the middle of the night.
Lick your toes. And
oh, man, I eat everybody's boxes of cereal, and they don't understand that, it's not their dogs that are tickling toes in the middle of the night.
Sounds good. All right, one more like and subscribe, and then I'm going to pause the recording.
Hey, like and subscribe, you guys. There's more to come. No entertaining.
Hell yeah.
Much love.
Much love. Like and subscribe.
So what are we doing?
Making it fucking rain, dog.
All right, show me what you got. Oh shit! All right. Well,
What? What you like to? You're into eating? Into power feeding? Oh,
dude.
Oh, I like that sound. Give me that coin back sound. Oh, you like that, you dirty girl. Yes, you do. You fucking eat. Oh, I like when you make that fucking
Oh, shit. It's mad, bro. Yo, fix it. Make her stop yelling.
Make her stop yelling.
God damn it, I just want to gamble.
Bro?
I just want to gamble. Shut the fuck up.
You ain't asked me how I'm doing. I've been making wine from water, have a sip of what I'm brewing. Found a lot of egg, God, it's the best that I've been stewing. So come sip up on my shit, let's get twisted and congruent. Spill the party with some bodies, people begging for the sequel. Try to tell you motherfuckers all the people here are equal. Wear toe tags and freak flags, this is a party for my people. Try to warn you, California, go to hotels with the eagle. Beg you poured for the party, I'll forgive you for your evils. Walking my shoes, pay your dues before I feed you to the seagulls. Life's a bitch and then you die. Life's a beast beneath my feet, made from broken bones and pedophiles. You can call me Chris, I am the king of all creation. So come give me a kiss before I go off the reservation. Excuse us while we hang from Judas, he bought his own damnation. I took his 30 pieces, fed it to my congregation. Turned him to a tire swing so he could hang in my salvation. If it's pleasing what I'm preaching, well I am deep inside of you. So I guess I'm preaching masturbation.
Show epic on a shoestring. You got me shooting at a cement factory out in Goose Creek. We should be shooting this motherfucker internationally. We should be in Jordan right now. It's a Muslim tomb doing this shit for real now. I wrote this fucker to be big. This is dangerous.
Yeah, we know what the name of it is, okay? You told us over and over again.
Come take a listen to these beats, that is, unless you want the brimstone. Wanna wash my feet, then bedazzle while you're at it. Cause I walk on righteous gemstones. Now let's wake up from the matrix. Where the fuck are all the payphones? But back to do the fine. Heard the angels overdose, heard the prophets went broke. Heard the devil drives a Prius, selling grace now by the kilo. I still keep the holy clothes in my soul like psilocybin. All the pews are full and vibing like a thunder from down under. And clouds are made of violence. And the dead have danced their doom. You'll find me at the altar breaking bread with Scooby-Doo. I would've got away with it if it weren't for chosen few. But they can come or grab a plate, make 'em eat my pork barbecue.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Kangaroo Story Corner. As always,
apologies for the noise of this tinfoil. We're going to try a new custom design that was sent to us by a fan. Try the custom design brought to us by the fan. Make sure you get your hair tucked back into that. And then we do, again, secondary element here, as always, crucially important. This design is in honor of all the cats out there that are crippling our ecosystem. Let's see. Let's see. Here we are. Kind of a cat ear design is what we are going for. It's good enough to hunt all of the small birds, songbirds, and rodents that normally feed the ecosystem. It's good enough for us. Anyway, as always, this is my favorite coffee mug, and I'll tell you why IonQ is my favorite coffee mug. Outside of my family's enormous vested interest in it, I just wanted to shout out to everybody who made this possible. Let's see if we can get this on the camera here. Oh, it's trying to find me. But that's IonQ pumping 24% today. 24%. I hope all of you that took my advice buying IonQ, it cannot go tits up. Thank you for being a part of this. May your tendies be delicious and your tax bill be low. It's one of those companies I wouldn't really ever suggest selling because it will probably, according to the AI chatbot from Snapchat, end up running the quantum simulation of reality that we currently live in. But this is just a quick thank you to all of our subscribers and all of our fans and all of you people who believe in the future of quantum computing. And on that note here, we're going to play a little song for you. And that song... on the internet are making them attendees, and I hope this shout out goes to all of my frenzies. Thanks very much, everyone. Tune in soon. We're going to read the rest of the interview with the AI Snapchat bot, which eventually asks me to contact my father in order to use IonQ's quantum computers to build the simulation and bring the singularity into existence. Stay tuned.
Now, in art and drama, a lot of time, intention isn't really something in a screenplay in the words. Drama and breaking tension, you find it in the silence, in the pauses, and the audience just waits and sees what happens.
Welcome back to Something's Freezing. Alexa, play music that Bert Chrisley. Play music. Play music for Bert.
You on Amazon Music.
There we go. Welcome back to Something's Freezing. I know when I'm trying to get to the bottom of a bottle, sometimes when you get to right about here, you think that vision is right about there, but you're like, oh, let me just fucking get to the bottom of that. Well, I'll tell you how to get to the bottom of that. You go ahead and you keep a shit ton of mixers, just a shit ton of mixers around. And then to recycle, to make sure that you don't use as many plastic cups, Alexa, volume 5. Sorry, that was too loud. Audio leveling. No Young Jamie or anything. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, you gotta get the chunks out of the bottom. Some people are just a little bit afraid to shake things up the first time. The second one you get it shook up, and it doesn't look nearly as fucking horrifying. Now, fun fact about pineapple juice. My grandmother was a fucking hoarder. And we didn't know because she hid it the whole fucking time. And I've never laughed so hard in my entire life than when I got together with my family for her goddamn funeral. and we went through her house looking for goddamn astronaut coins. Astronaut coins, you say? What the fuck is an astronaut coin? Well, what astronaut coins are is that everyone wants a little trinket, everyone wants a little NFT, right? Everyone wants a fucking NFT, even the astronauts back during the Apollo program. And the problem was that... Yeah, sorry. Rachel, how long does it take for vodka to freeze? Anyway, what astronaut coins were was that astronauts, when they went up into space, they would regularly bring like a roll of pennies with them, which is like kind of fucking heavy. Now you should know that back then it was like $10,000 to get that shit up in, like $10,000 a pound or kilo or some shit like that to get that shit up there, right? And so they would always fucking just put a thing in there, and the NASA, who calculates everything down to the gram because it really, really matters over long, long periods of time about trajectories, just a little nudge one way or another in the future could be catastrophic, right? And so what they started doing was, in order to get the astronauts to stop taking pennies up to give to their friends, they just started melting down the whole goddamn mothership and turning it into fucking scrap metal so that they could issue it to all the psychonauts. Did I say psychonauts? To all the astronauts. Little pieces of the ship. They melted them into coins. My grandmother had them all, and she was a hoarder. And after she died and we found out, we went digging for treasure, and I've never had more fun in my entire life than I did hanging out with my family after we found out the worst news about my grandmother. That she had lost the astronaut coins.
Look at this motherfucker. Look at this thing. Do we follow the bear?
I mean, is he going home? I mean, I really think this is somebody's bear.
There's no way you're allowed to have a pet bear that's just on the fucking loose. Lock up your dog, dude.
I mean, is that a baby bear? Or like
No, that's a full-size black bear.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've ever actually seen a bear in person.
Look at that fucking thing, huh? I've never seen a bear in person in the wild. That's my first bear I've ever seen. Woof! Yo, is that dog outside? Yo, your dog is about to get bear munched, bro. Oh my god, if that bear picked up that fucking frisbee.
Action!
I probably don't even. That doesn't matter. So, many years ago, I went to prison as a kid, and country belief, probably belief. You don't get. I didn't get butt raped or beat up or any of these things, and but it's fair. I understand.
Shoot him instead. You shoot him with the gun instead. Don't shoot him in the face, but like anywhere else. No facials. Here.
Go on. Yeah. This is still a part.
We'll edit this out too. Okay.
That's right. This is the creative flow. The creative flow here. I don't know. Here's your action.
That's actually all part of it. So I'm totally not ready on bombing.
It's okay. The bombing's the best part.
I keep accidentally laughing too, and I'm like, oh shit.
There we go. Here's your.
You can't bomb. Only I can bomb.
Apparently, I'm not supposed to heckle. Too.
Yeah.
So,
No, shoot him with the gun
like
instead.
totally
Like express with the shooting in the gun, right?
Yeah.
No. So booze or shoot with the gun. Love it is throw money. Here's a smaller amount of money in case you need a smaller laugh to not blow your large punchline at the end.
The first one should.
No, because the last one I want you to go for the center of that window, and I want it to ring like a gong. I want it to ring like a
like a gong. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think maybe we might have to ball it up. Okay. I'm gonna do the next take. Leave that one.